Missilepelt trotted down the hill into the clearing, trying to blink the sleep out of his eyes. He looked into the fresh kill pile. Empty, he muttered. He sighed and padded back towards the clearing. He sat and began to try to flatten his fur. He sighed as he stopped grooming his pelt. It was useless. He took a deep breath and looked around at the other cats. He scooched up a bit, getting closer to the rock. He sighed. "Good afternoon, Birch." "Good afternoon," Birch would chirp. How are you?" he asked, hoping to start a conversation. "I'm good," Birch would reply. "What about you?" "Oh, I'm doing fine," he said, looking up at the medcat. His eyes went wide as he saw the leader's corpse. StarClan. "Oh dear," Birch would say, upset. He averted his gaze from the corpse to the medcat. "I wish for all cats of ThunderClan to gather before Clan Rock for a meeting," they called, their voice cracking painfully. Missile shifted his weight nervously. How had the leader died? He scrunched up his nose at the stench. "Sparrow Star has passed away due to countless moons of being aggressively ill with green cough. They will be remembered in our memory as strong and honorable leader of our clan." Missile's eyes filled with tears. "We will take a moment of silence and a chance to grieve." They come down from the rocks, expecting the cats of the clan to share tongues with their leader one last time. Missile stood and padded over to the corpse. He stuffed his snout into his former leader's pelt. "Thank you," he whispered. He stood and padded away, trying to not look at the sight. He sat looking at the ground. He didn't want to look at his leader's sickened body. With the death of Sparrow Star and the unexpected disappearance of Hawkember, our deputy, that means I must choose a cat to take Sparrow Star's place. Missile looked up at the med with blurry vision. Who would they choose? Deathwish stepped forward. Their gaze shifted to Deathwish. Deathwish bounces up, too stunned to speak. Her? Out of all her clanmates, the medicine cat picked her? Honored, she stepped up. "You've served this clan for many moons, and you've been nothing but loyal and honorable to our clan despite what we are going through. Do you promise to uphold the warrior code and serve ThunderClan till your last breath?" they asked in a serious tone, their gaze burning into Deathwish's pelt. "Yes, Shadow Whisker," she mused. "I will serve us until my dying day," she mused. "Then take your place on top of the clan rock," Shadow Whisker said eloquently. Missile swallowed and forced himself to smile. "Yay, Deathwish!" "Thank you, cats of ThunderClan," she speaks proudly. "Now, as tradition, I must pick a deputy to honor our former deputy. After careful consideration, I've chosen my deputy. Palenose, please step forward." The Tom almost stumbled off his feet, slowly padding forward. "From my time in the clan, I've noticed your honesty and bravery. I would be honored to have you as my deputy. Do you accept?" "I accept, and I swear to fight for this clan," he nodded. Missile took a deep breath. "Congrats, Palenose!" he shouted. "Then by the powers of StarClan, make you the deputy of ThunderClan. Please sit by the rock." The Tom sat down on his haunches, astounded by what just happened. He paid attention to the rest of the meeting. The Tom sat on his haunches. "Due to the leader's trip, I will take over for now. May all cats able to run through the moor gather around for patrols," the Tom murmured. Missile padded over for patrols. "Not a lot, I suppose," Palenose frowned. "Ah, Shadow Whisker, in need of herbs perhaps? Can you send cats into my den for an herb patrol? I only have one cobweb left," they croaked weakly. He nodded. "May Embergaze and Missilepelt follow Shadow Whisker for an herb patrol. You two may go and do the herb patrol. Birchmeadow will take care of the herb patrol, and I will do the border." "Deputy!" His ears perked. Missile stood and padded out for the patrol. He padded down into the hollow, trying to see through the pouring rain. He grunted. "Cobweb would do, right?" He paused and wrinkled his snout. Some smell of death was in the air? He shook his head. It was probably nothing. He padded back to camp. Missile padded into the den, soaked and carrying the cobweb. He quietly placed the cobweb on the shelf. He turned, his gaze flicking from the med cat to the other cat. He took a deep breath. Shadow Whisker, do you need any specific herbs? He asked, his eyes lingering on Splittone. Catmint. A lot of catmint. Oh, his brows furrowed. A lot? Okay. He placed the last catmint on the shelf. Thank you, Missilepelt. They nodded. He looked at the now two patients and turned to Shadow Whisker. No problem. Due to my duty to step up to this role, I must choose a new deputy. May all cats who find themselves worthy of such a role step up. He stepped up. Ah, Missilepelt, he chirped, smiling at the Tom. I've noticed your skill and efforts toward the clan. I believe StarClan would be proud of my decision. You accept such a role. Missile nodded. I do. Then by the power resting in StarClan, I pronounce you the deputy of ThunderClan. I believe we will achieve great things by your side. He swallowed and padded up to his new place. Now may every cat get some rest. Our newly appointed deputy shall start patrols first thing the sun comes up. Good job, Missilepelt, he meowed in the Tom's direction. Missile stood and nodded, unsure of all this. This meeting is dismissed. Good night, ThunderClan. Missile gestured. Come on, everyone to your dens. He padded away. Missile curled up, coughing into the bedding. Hey, congrats, Missile, he meowed, cleaning his pelt. Oh, thanks, he mewed. Hollow nodded, laying down in the nest. Missile covers his maw with his paw, coughing once. You all right? He asked, turning to face the new deputy. Yeah, he paused, thinking. Yeah, I'm fine, he patted out. Missile took a mouse from the prey pile. Where's Death Star? They seemed panicked. Missile turned to Shadow. Oh, you didn't get the news? What news? Oh, StarClan, don't tell me. Funny story, he winced. They are, dead. Tears welled in their eyes. Missile patted Shadow's back. I'm sorry, they whispered. I just need someone. Splittone is dead. Missile dropped the mouse. Splittone is dead? Follow me. He stared at the body. StarClan, no. Missile covered his maw with his paw, coughing. Cough, cough, cough. How's that? They passed in their sleep while I was grabbing juniper berries. They stopped as soon as they heard the coughing. Did you tell Pale Star? He croaked, squinting. Not you two. They backed away, staring at Missilepelt as if they had two heads. It's just the smell. They wiped their maw. I'll be fine, they assured. Their eyes narrowed. Well then, where is Pale Star? Oh, he thought, I don't really know right now. They started to pad out. I need the corpse out of my den, they hissed. Missile rinsed. Right, sorry! Lucid Paw is scared enough as it is. I don't need a dead cat in my den. He grabbed the corpse's scruff and dragged it out. He pinned his ears. Missile dropped the corpse of Splittone. Surprise? He frowned. Oh my. We shall get a burial prepared. Please gather a few cats to take the corpse out in the forest for a burial. Missile nodded hastily. Rainbow Eye and Hollow Moon, please come with me to bury Splittone's body, he shouted. He'd nod. Missile leaned down and grabbed the corpse. He stands, dragging it. Missile dropped the corpse and started to dig a hole. He'd hissed, not wanting to touch the mud and dirt. Missile glared at Rainbow. "Are you gonna help?" he started to say before he was cut off by coughing. His eyes narrowed. Missile dumped the body in the hole and, "Pale Star!" he yowled. Missile stood at the sight of Hollow. Missile stared at the body and looked away. Hollow plopped the dead body onto the dirt. No, he stared at the body. "Shadow Whisker? What happened, Hollow?" he muttered, his eyes never leaving the crushed body. She was sad. First her apprentice, now this. "Oh, we're all gonna die," he mumbled. "We're all gonna die. They were out to get herbs, and they tried crossing the thunder path, and then..." He cut himself off. He sat, maw hung open as a tear fell from his eye. His own med cat? "Get her the proper burial she deserves," he frowned. Missile turned away, coughing. Tears fell from her eyes as she looked at the body. Missile took a deep breath and glanced at his leader. "May any cat who wishes to join the burial follow us," he flicked his tail, as a sign for them to follow along with the body. "Why do cats keep dying?" he'd whisper. "By the tree." He sighed as he began digging. Thus was the perfect spot for someone so deserving. Missile joined in, sniffling. He plopped the body down near the hole, waiting for the leader. He stopped as the hole became big enough to bury a cat. He picked up the body, plopping it into the hole. The tom padded forward, covering the cat. "Why not send out some patrols to get our mind off things?" Missile cleared his throat. "May all cats old enough to run through the moor gather around for patrols," he yelled. Missile cleared his throat. "All right, Willowshade." He got cut off by violent coughing. "Ew. Sir, are you okay?" Missile stood and collapsed, still coughing. "Missile, are you okay?" she asked, worried. "Missilepelt? His voice cracked and he continued coughing. "Get the med!" she yelled, alarmed. "Are you okay? Should I get the medicine cat to help you?" Missile ran off, still coughing. Missile stared at the body of the elder. "Sir!" No. "Dear StarClan, everyone get away from the body!" he shouted. His breathing began to slow before coming to a stop. "That looks yummy," he would explain, trying to make a joke. "Get away from the body!" he yelled once more. "Bring the medicine den! Don't just stand there!" she would howl. "There is no medicine cat!" he yelled. "Get away or you'll get sick too!" "You're getting sick anyway!" He took a deep breath and grabbed the cat's scruff and began to drag it. "I'm sorry," he yelled. Come over here. Get over here. Missile placed the body down. He turned to the road, seeing the speeding car. At least now the clan wouldn't have any more sickness with him gone. Missile closed his eyes. "I'm coming, StarClan," he whispered as the car struck him. So I hope you enjoyed the video, but I'm going to be putting some bloopers at the end because I just thought they were too funny to not include and just to put in a short. So, yeah, hope you enjoy the bloopers. Now, before I play this next clip, this was me just saying the Star Spangled Banner. I just thought it was too funny. So, audience at home, I ask you to please rise and remove your ball caps for this rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. "Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the red rockets glare, the bomb bursting in air gave us proof through the night that our flag was still there." Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner get waved? Oh, the land of the free and the home